Good evening. This is All India Radio, and I'm Tanvi Taneja with the news at 9. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says Samsung's new mobile plant in Noida is a step towards making India a manufacturing hub. South Korean President Moon Jae-in offers to participate in India's infrastructural projects, including 100 smart cities. Home Minister Rajnath Singh says security situation in the northeastern region has vastly improved. Supreme Court upholds capital punishment to 3 rapists in 2012 Nirbhaya case. Life in Mumbai limps back to normal as heavy rain relents. And in Wimbledon Tennis Championships, pair of Divid Sharan and Artem Sitakman locks horns with Polish-Israeli duo of Marcin Matkowski and Jonathan Elrich in men's doubles event. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and South Korean President Moon Jae-in jointly inaugurated the Samsung Center, the world's largest mobile phone factory in Noida. Speaking on the occasion, the Prime Minister said the new manufacturing unit is a step towards making India a manufacturing hub. He said it is a matter of pride that India is home to the world's largest Samsung unit. He added the Samsung unit will export its products globally.
साथियों, भारत को मैन्युफैक्चरिंग का वैश्विक हब बनाने की दिशा में आज का ये अवसर बहुत ही विशेष है। 5,000 करोड़ रुपए का ये निवेश न सिर्फ सैमसंग के भारत में व्यापारिक रिश्तों को मजबूत बनाएगा, बल्कि भारत और कोरिया के संबंधों के लिए भी अहम सिद्ध होगा। सैमसंग का ग्लोबल R&D हब भारत में है और अब ये मैन्युफैक्चरिंग फैसिलिटी भी हमारा गौरव बढ़ाएगी।
Mr. Modi pointed out that India is heading towards a digital revolution and currently 40 crore people are using smartphones in the country. He also said that digital transactions are increasing day by day due to the use of RuPay card and the BHIM app.
आज डिजिटल ट्रांजैक्शन निरंतर बढ़ रहा है। भीम ऐप और रुपे कार्ड से ट्रांजैक्शन बहुत ही आसान हुआ है। जून महीने में ही लगभग 41,000 करोड़ का लेन देन भीम ऐप से हुआ है।
Speaking on the occasion, the South Korean president said the new Samsung unit will provide jobs to local people.
With the completion of the new Noida plant, the small and mid-sized part suppliers can now leverage opportunities to create even more jobs. There will be more jobs for the Indian people as well. At this new plant alone, over 2,000 new jobs will be generated.
The South Korean president has said he is committed to raising his country's relations with India to the level it has with the 4 major powers around the Korean peninsula. Addressing a gathering at the India-Korea Business Forum in New Delhi today, Mr. Moon said this commitment is embodied in his government's new southern policy, which is aligned with Prime Minister Narendra Modi's Act East policy. The South Korean president also said the Indian government is planning to build 100 smart cities and construct industrial corridor to link the major cities. He expressed his wish to participate in these infrastructural projects as well. Speaking on the occasion, Commerce and Industry Minister Suresh Prabhu said India offers many opportunities to South Korean investors. The minister said India is thinking of building a special economic zone exclusively for South Korea. Union Home Minister Rajnath Singh has said there has been a substantial improvement in the security situation in the northeastern region in the past 4 years. Addressing the 67th plenary session of the Northeastern Council NEC in Shillong today, Mr. Singh said insurgency-related incidents have declined by 85%, while civilian and security forces casualties decreased by 96%. The Home Minister said Tripura and Mizoram are completely free from insurgency. The Armed Forces Special Powers Act AFSPA has been completely lifted from Meghalaya and its coverage area has been limited to Arunachal Pradesh. Mr. Singh urged the northeastern states to expedite work on long-pending projects. He said the NEC and the 8 northeastern states need to ensure that the that all the ongoing projects are completed in a time-bound manner. Mr. Singh asked states to effectively implement the recently approved 4,500 crore rupee central package. The Home Minister also said the Union Cabinet in March this year approved the North-East Industrial Development Scheme 2017 with an outlay of 3,000 crore rupees up to March 2020.
लो इंडस्ट्रियल बेस को ध्यान में रखते हुए केंद्रीय मंत्रिमंडल ने मार्च 2018 में मार्च 2020 तक नॉर्थ ईस्ट इंडस्ट्रियल डेवलपमेंट स्कीम 2017 को अप्रूव किया है। मार्च 2020 से पहले असेसमेंट करके अगर जरूरी हुआ तो सरकार स्कीम्स के लिए और फंड अवेलेबल कराएगी।
The Supreme Court today dismissed pleas filed by 3 out of the 4 convicts seeking review of its verdict upholding the death penalty awarded to them in the 16th December 2012 Nirbhaya gang rape and murder case. A bench headed by Chief Justice Deepak Mishra rejected the review pleas filed by Mukesh, Pawan Gupta and Vinay Sharma, saying the death row convicts failed to point out the error apparent on the face of record in the judgment. The bench also said that the 3 convicts were heard elaborately during the stage of their appeal against the Delhi High Court's judgment, and no case has been made out by them for review of the apex court's verdict upholding the death penalty. A 23-year-old paramedic student was gang raped on the intervening night of December 16-17, 2012 inside a running bus in South Delhi by 6 persons and severely assaulted before being thrown out on the road. She succumbed to injuries on December 29, 2012 at Mount Elizabeth Hospital in Singapore. The apex court today ordered transfer of the accused in the Kathua gang rape and murder case from Kathua prison in Jammu and Kashmir to Gurdaspur district jail in Punjab. A bench headed by Chief Justice Deepak Mishra directed the J&K police to file a supplementary charge sheet in the case within 8 weeks. The apex court granted liberty to the litigants of the case to move Punjab and Haryana High Court in case they felt aggrieved by the trial court orders. The bench also directed the Punjab and J&K governments to provide security to the trial judge and the special public prosecutor of the case. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. In Mumbai, the incessant heavy rain has relented. Details from our correspondent.
Mumbaikars are heaving a sigh of relief as the incessant rains lashing the city since last night have now subsided into a slight drizzle. Road and rail traffic has now completely cleared with all the rail routes, Western, Harbour and Central running with minor delays. While the rains have taken a breather in most parts, precautionary measures are still in place as the Meteorological Department has forecast continuous and heavy rains for Mumbai and its suburbs even for tomorrow. Nisha Rani, AIR News, Mumbai.
In Sikkim, unemployed local youth are getting the benefits of Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana. The scheme, launched in 2016, aims to meet financial needs of non-corporate small business sector. The beneficiaries under the 3 categories, namely Shishu, Kishore and Tarun, can avail a loan between 50,000 to 10 lakh rupees to set up or improve their enterprises in manufacturing, trading or services sector. We have a ground report from our Gangtok correspondent.
The tourism state is getting maximum benefit of Mudra scheme as most of its beneficiaries are hoteliers and restaurant owners. The purchasing of commercial taxi under the scheme has now become common among local youth. A local businessman, Ganesh Karki, who runs a mini grocery market in Gangtok, said that he availed a Mudra loan of 8 lakh recently to develop his department store. He is now a successful entrepreneur and believes that success can be achieved only by facing all the challenges.
मैं गैंगटोक में रहता हूँ, डिपार्टमेंटल स्टोर चलाता हूँ। वो डिपार्टमेंटल स्टोर मैंने भारत सरकार की मुद्रा योजना की मदद से खोली है। उसमें नॉर्मली ग्रोसरी आइटम से मैं खुद 2-4 जन को जॉब दे सकता हूँ। ये हिम्मत रख करके अगर युवा ने कर ली तो ये देश ऐसे ही योजना से बहुत आगे जाएगा।
The efforts are also being made on creating scheme related awareness, training and skill development to encourage beneficiaries in Sikkim. Ajit Singh, AIR News, Gangtok.
Chhattisgarh Chief Minister Raman Singh has said the central government's decision to hike the minimum support price MSP for Kharif crops, including paddy, for 2018-19 season will bring revolutionary changes in the lives of country's farmers. Talking to AIR in Raipur today, he said the NDA government, led by Narendra Modi, has always formulated policies in favour of farmers. The Chief Minister said paddy in Chhattisgarh's main crop and maize, makka, is grown in tribal-dominated regions and hilly terrains of the state. He termed the decision to hike MSP for kharif and paddy crops as historic for Chhattisgarh, which is also known as Rice Bowl. Mr. Singh said the central government's decision is a boon for farmers of Chhattisgarh.
इतिहास में पहली बार धान के समर्थन मूल्य में एक साथ एक ही बार में 200 रुपया प्रति क्विंटल की वृद्धि की गई। इससे किसान भाइयों को 1550 से बढ़ के 1750 रुपये समर्थन मूल्य के रूप में मिलेगा। 300 रुपया प्रति क्विंटल बोनस हम देते हैं। इस तरह इस बार धान की खरीदी में किसानों को प्रति क्विंटल 2050 रुपये की राशि मिलेगी। मक्का के किसानों को समर्थन मूल्य 275 रुपया बढ़कर मिलेगा। दलहन, तिलहन, अन्य उत्पादों में भी जबरदस्त वृद्धि की गई है।
Niti Aayog Vice Chairman Rajiv Kumar has called for a paradigm shift in the agriculture sector to double farmers' income by 2022. Briefing reporters in New Delhi, Mr. Kumar stressed on reducing the cost of agriculture and avoiding further deterioration of land. He said a national conference was organized today to discuss the implementation of zero-budget natural farming across the country, adding that more than 50 lakh farmers are working on it in several states.
Zero budget natural farming is about reducing the cost of inputs for the farmer by depending principally and almost entirely on the natural processes that are available to the farmer and his land. So in this farming, the cost of pesticides, fertilizers, irrigation, electricity almost tends towards going to zero. And that is the huge advantage to the farmer.
The domestic stock market today closed with gains in sync with strong global stocks. The rupee appreciated 16 paise against the dollar, while oil prices rose amid increased global demand. We have a report.
The benchmark BSE Sensex today surged 277 points to close at more than 5-month high of 35,935 on heavy buying in energy, capital goods, power and banking stocks, following positive leads from the global markets. The Nifty 50 index also rose 80 points to settle at 10,853. Rupee at the forex market appreciated 16 paise to 68 rupees and 72 paise against the US dollar, and Brent crude prices gained 1% to trade around $78 per barrel. With Sanjeev Kumar Singh, this is Abhishek Mukhopadhyay for AIR News.
In international news, divers have rescued 4 more boys from a flooded cave system in northern Thailand. The Thai Navy SEALs leading the ongoing rescue operation have confirmed that 8 boys in total have been extracted. 4 boys and their football coach still remain inside the caves. Britain's Brexit Minister David Davis today resigned from the cabinet. He disagreed with Prime Minister Theresa May's exit plan from the European Union, but insisted that he had no plans of backing a revolt against her. In Wimbledon Tennis Championships, the men's doubles quarter-final is now in progress. The pair of India's Divid Sharan and his Kiwi teammate Artem Sitak is clashing with the Polish-Israeli duo of Marcin Matkowski and Jonathan Elrich. The duo of Matkowski-Elrich led the first 2 sets 6-1, 7-6, while the pair of Sharan-Sitak led the third and fourth sets 6-4, 6-4. The fifth set is now in progress. The News Services Division of All India Radio, in its weekly bilingual live phone-in program, Public Speak, will bring you a discussion on Sashakt Nari Samarth Rashtra tonight. It can be heard on the FM Gold channel and additional frequencies from 9:30 p.m. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says Samsung's new mobile plant in Noida is a step towards making India a manufacturing hub. South Korean President Moon Jae-in offers to participate in India's infrastructural projects, including 100 smart cities. Home Minister Rajnath Singh says security situation in the northeastern region has vastly improved. Supreme Court upholds capital punishment to 3 rapists in 2012 Nirbhaya case. Life in Mumbai limps back to normal as heavy rain relents. And in Wimbledon Tennis Championships, pair of Divid Sharan and Artem Sitakman locks arms with Polish-Israeli duo of Marcin Matkowski and Jonathan Elrich in the men's doubles event. And that is all in the news at 9. Good night.